What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Kinetic615 back for episode 2 of this Minnesota Vikings post Kyler Murray free agency rebuild. This is the second episode. This is going to be a long form. Excuse me. This is going to be a long form rebuild. I'm not a professional like Brandon TS, Jerome PKR, C4. Go check out all their channels. Bengal, the guys that do these rebuilds and are much better at it than me. I just think what they do looks like fun, and so I've decided to have some fun with it and go ahead and do it as well. So if you watched episode 1, we started in the postseason with the draft coming up. We went through the draft, and then off camera, I did the preseason, training camp, roster cuts, all of that. So I set up the draft class for 2027, and we are in week 1. So real quick, we'll take a look at the team. All right, so we've got Kyler Murray is going to be the one-year starter for the Vikings. Now, me personally, full disclosure, I'm a huge J.J. McCarthy fan. I think the Kyler Murray signing is a bad move by the Vikings, but that's what they're doing. We're going to rock with him for a year. J.J. gets a year on the bench. J.J., you'll notice, is an 81 overall. I did not manually adjust his ratings. When I simulated through year 1, I didn't spend any of the training points for any of the players until we got to preseason week 4 this year, and JJ had 11 points waiting to be spent, so it got him all the way up to be right there with Kyler Murray at 81 overall. Kyler Murray also had his training points from last season, so it's kind of interesting that it worked out both to be 81 overall. But you know, if I do believe JJ can beat Kyler out in a camp battle, but I don't believe there's going to be a camp battle. I believe that Kyler Murray signed with the promise that he was going to be QB1 week 1. So I think it's a mistake, but we're going to rock with it. So quarterback room: Kyler Murray, JJ McCarthy, Carson Wentz. We did draft in the later rounds of the draft Max Bredesen from Michigan to be the fullback to replace C.J. Ham. We drafted in round 2, I believe, Jadarian Price to be the new running back 1. We had re-signed Aaron Jones, Jordan Mason. We also later in the draft drafted Eli Heidenreich out of Navy. So those are our running backs. Wide receivers: we've got Justin Jefferson, we've got Jordan Addison, then we've got Ty Felton, we got Brennan Thompson, Miles Price, and Malik Benson. So 3 of our 6 wide receivers in the room are rookies. We drafted 2 of them are. We drafted Brennan Thompson. We signed Malik Benson as a UDFA. Offensive line: Christian Darrisaw, Donovan Jackson. We moved Blake Brandel to center. We actually did draft Logan Jones out of Iowa, but I don't believe he's ready to start, so we did move Blake Brandel over to center to start for this season. Then we got Will Fries and Brian O'Neill. We did move some people around, signed a few people on the bench. So we moved Walter Rouse from right tackle to left tackle. We signed Jalen Moore, who got cut in the week 4 preseason. We signed Alex Pelzuski and Natan Moody as well off of free agency. Tight end: we brought back TJ Hawkinson on the contract where he eliminated the 2027 season from his contract, but then cut his salary almost in half for the 26 season, which is what he did in real life. We also drafted Tanner Koziel in the 26 draft, and then we've got Josh Oliver. On defense, our defensive line, we've got Dallas Turner, since we traded Jonathan Grenard. That was the one move that we did that they did not actually do in real life because it is expected. It's been reported by many Vikings media outlets, and so I went ahead and did that just to play it out and be a little bit different than everybody else that's out there doing Vikings rebuilds post Kyler Murray. So Dallas Turner steps up into the left edge starting spot in Jonathan Grenard's absence. Andrew Van Ginkel is going to start on the other side, of course. Um, and then we did draft as the eventual replacement for Van Ginkel, who's in his 30s. We drafted Jayshawn Barham out of Michigan. I know I'm a Michigan fan. It's a homer pick. I don't care. He is a former off-ball linebacker that played edge rusher at Michigan. He can fill the Van Ginkel role, being able to drop in coverage, also being able to rush the passer. So I think he's a great fit for that eventual replacement. We did sign off a free agency in the preseason just now, Azeez Ojulari. Much to my chagrin, where I had previously signed my guy David Ojabo to be the backup to Dallas Turner, but I could not pass up Azeez Ojulari in Madden. He's the higher rated than Ojabo, the same age, and with the star dev trait. So I had to forego David Ojabo for Azeez Ojulari. Defensive tackles. We've got Jalen Redmond. We drafted Big Citrus, Dominique Orange. And then we also got Levi Drake Rodriguez here. Off-ball linebackers, we've got Blake Cashman, Eric Wilson. We've also got Ivan Pace somewhere. Oh, you know what? He's listed. He's our Sam. I guess I need to... All right, because we're running a 3-4, we're not going to use the Sam, right? But we have to keep a Sam on the roster, which is dumb. All right, so we'll go at the Mike position. We'll put Ivan Pace there. And yeah, we'll do that. That way everyone's getting some run. All right. So off-ball linebacker, Eric Wilson, Blake Cashman, Ivan Pace, Tyrese Knight, Jack Gibbons, Saguna Luby, and then at corner, we've got Byron Murphy and Isaiah Rogers. We do have the free agency signing of James Pierre, and then we also have Josh Moten, who we drafted, along with free agent signing Jacorian Bennett. Byron Murphy's also going to be our slot receiver, so when he moves inside to the slot, either Josh Moten or James Pierre will step up into the boundary corner position. With the retirement of Hitman Harrison Smith, we drafted first round pick Dylan Thieneman in the draft, so he's going to be replacing Hitman Harrison Smith. We got Josh Metellus still at strong safety. We did bring in Quandre Diggs and Justin Simmons for depth, and we've got Jay Ward coming in first off the bench at all of the safety positions. Special teams, Will Reichert. Now, we did lose Ryan Wright in free agency. We did draft Tommy Doman out of Florida, formerly of Michigan, to be our punter of the future, but he's only a 64-65, so I've given him a year on the practice squad, and we signed, is it Bradley Mann? Is that his name? Braden Mann. We signed him for a one-year deal off of free agency, but Tommy Doman will be our punter of the future, hopefully. Of course, we got Will the Thrill Reichert as our kicker. Punt returners, kick returners, it's going to be Brennan Thompson, Isaiah Rogers, Malik Benson, Eli Heidenreich, and Miles Price. Long snapper we signed off of free agency after Andrew DePaula retired, Sunahara. Specialist roles. All right, so Dom Orange is our nose tackle. Josh Metellus is our sub linebacker, along with Blake Cashman and Dylan Thieneman. Nickel corner will be Byron Murphy, Isaiah Rogers, and Josh Metellus. Rush ends will be Van Ginkel and Turner. Van Ginkel will also go interior. Actually, you know what? Since he's going interior, we need to elevate Jayshawn Barham to the rush edge role. Then offensive specialist, power back's going to be Jordan Mason, receiving back's going to be Aaron Jones, gadget back will be Jordan Addison, slot receiver will be Ty Felton. And then on our practice squad, trying to develop up for this year, we got Max Brosmer, Jaden Ott, Mason Tipton, C.J. Hansen, Demetrius Crownover, Bo Richter, Chris Brazel, Tyrone Ingram Dawkins, Chandler Rivers, Ricardo Holloman, Sione Vaki, who I moved to safety. I personally really liked him at safety at BYU, I think, or Utah. Which one did he play at? I'm not sure. But I liked him as a safety more than a running back, so when I signed him off of free agency, I moved him to safety. And then, of course, the previously talked about Tommy Doman. All right. So we are going to do this week by week, but I'm just going to make sure to keep up after school tutor, sim the weekly drills. We will check at that mid range point in the season for the stats. We'll check the stats, and then we'll go to the um, playoffs. Focus players, since J.J. McCarthy's 23 years old, he's still our QB of the future. Jadarian Price, Dylan Thieneman, Donovan Jackson, Dallas Turner, Dom Orange will be the focus players for training. For this season, at least. All right, we lost our first game to the Atlanta Falcons, 27-19. We've got one new injury. Aziz Ojulari, 2 to 4 weeks with a torn labrum. Now, we're not going to upgrade players until we get to the bye week. That's when we're going to update or upgrade players. All right, let's. I'm not going to worry too much about the abilities here. I'm just going to make sure that we keep after school tutor on and coach head of the class. We'll let the computer pick the rest, but I just got to make sure those two stay on. All right, week 2 against the Giants, and we lose again, 17-15. All right, we got players ready to negotiate. We got a storyline turned around. We got regional focus scouting. So let's check this out. So, players ready to negotiate. TJ Hawkinson. Oh man, I personally don't really want to bring him back. I think he's cooked, honestly, but maybe I'd bring him back for one more year, but yeah, I don't know. I gotta remember, this is Madden, not real life. We'll do 2 years, and we'll do it at 11 million. I don't really like that though. I'll do 10 million. I doubt he's gonna do it though. Yeah, he's not going. I don't really want to go higher than that. Ivan Pace doesn't really want to re-sign, so I'm not going to try to make him. Kyler Murray currently not interested in re-signing. Not close to home. There's nothing I can do about that. Yeah, he's not really interested in re-signing, so yeah, I $120 million contract. I just no for a 30-year-old quarterback. Yeah, I'm not going with that. Jordan Mason though wants to re-sign. He's 27 years old. He's a great power back, change of pace back. So let's see. He wants 2 years at. I mean, that's really reasonable. I'm even going to go 3 years. Let's see if he'll do straight up 5 million a year for 3 years. Yep, he does. I'm good with that. Aziz Ojulari wants to resign. I mean, if you just want to be depth, I mean, can we do 6 mil a year for? Hell, I'll even give you 4 years on that. Yep. All right, we got him. 6 mil a year for 4 years. Jay Ward, 26 years old, star dev, 70 overall. Um, I mean that's really really cheap. So, but he's not really interested. Let's go. Let's give him a 4 mil a year offer. We'll see. Maybe I'll raise it up by a mil. Tyrese Knight's not really interested. Andrew Van Ginkel is interested. He's 31. What does he want to come back on? He just wants to come back on a 1 year contract. 14 mil for 1 year. I don't know about 14 mil. What about 12 mil for 1 year? No, he's not going to. That's fine. I'm comfortable with Jay Barham stepping up into his spot. Isaiah Rogers, 28 years old, wants to come back. Can we do a 2 year, 7 mil contract? Nope. All right, we'll keep negotiating with him. Jacorian Bennett not interested in coming back. Brennan Thompson is slightly interested. What will change him? Nothing. He just doesn't like Minnesota. Damn. He just doesn't like Minnesota. But man, I want to try to keep him. Let's give him a 5 year, 5 mil a year contract. Yep, he stays. Let's see. Gibbons isn't interested. Malik Benson isn't interested. That's fine. Cashman wants to come back. I'll do a 1 year deal. I don't want to do more than a year. But if you want to do 1 year, 5.5, no, okay. I'm not going to bring Simmons back. Moody doesn't seem interested. I'm not really interested in bringing Jones back. Jalen Moore would be interested in coming back on a 1 year contract. Well, I'll do 5 mil, but no. All right, I'm not going higher than 5 mil for Jalen Moore. Palzewski wants to come back, kinda. Luby's not interested. Brandell wants 1.8 for 1 year plus 900K bonus. I'd be okay with that. Well, he wants more than what he said he wanted. Quandre Diggs is interested in coming back as a mentor. I'm okay with that 1 year contract. Hmm. No, I think we'll just go with Tommy Doman. Alright, so that's where we'll end that part. Let's see what the storyline turn it around is. Probably because we start in 0-2.
Words alone can't stop a losing streak. If it were that easy, every coach would do it. Words do, however, lead to actions, and somebody needs to lead them back to winning football.
Unexpected start to the season for you. Can you speak to the slow start? Yeah, it's because we've got 5'9" at quarterback instead of 9. Say our defense. Kevin O'Connell guaranteeing a win there, okay. Over the Carolina Panthers on the road. Let's do our regional scouting. Oh, I forgot to do my scouts. Oh, that sucks. Oh well. Let's go. Let's go quarterback there. Let's go wide receiver here. Let's go cornerback here. Let's go cornerback here. Actually, might go linebacker here. All right, let's advance the week and see if Kevin O'Connell can follow through with his guarantee of a win. And we did. We got the win, 26-18 over Carolina on the road for our first win of the season. Let's jump into the storyline here. It has to feel great getting that win last week. Who would you credit for the turnaround? I'm going to say the players. Our guys responded to the challenge and locked in. I'm really proud of the fight that they showed. Do you think that momentum is going to carry over into today's game? Have no reason not to. All right, some confidence from Kevin O'Connell. Let's jump into the contract negotiations again. Yeah, I'm gonna let TJ Hawkinson go. Ivan Pace, we're gonna let him go. Kyler Murray, we're not gonna try to sign. Jay Ward. Let's see if I raise it up by 0.3 on each one. There we go. We got Jay Ward. All right, Van Ginkel. Look, I'll go 13 mil, but I'm not going to go any higher. I really do like Jay Barham. All right, Van Ginkel's going to stay for 2 years. Or 1 year. Was it 1 year? Was it 1 year? Isaiah Rodgers. He wants 8.1 for 1 year. I'm trying to give him 7 for 2. Let me go 7.5. There we go. All right, Cashman wants 2 years at just under 6 mil a year. I'm trying to give him 5.5, but for 1 year. So I'll give you 6, but for only 1 year. All right, got that done. Brandell. Let's up this just a little bit. 1 year, contract. There we go. We got Brandell. Hopefully Logan Jones will be developed by the end of the 27 season. Alright, Quandre Diggs. I like Diggs. I don't want to bring him back for more than 1 year. What if we do $4 million? There we go. Gotta lock up a long snapper. I don't want to be in the situation we were in last time. Let's try 1.5. Alright, next time we'll get him. Alright. Alright, on the road at the Lions. Can we get a second win in a row? Alright, and no, we lost to the Lions 27-9 in Detroit. So we are 1-3 to start the season with Kyler Murray. I thought Kyler Murray was supposed to be the savior of the Vikings. Do we switch to JJ at this point, starting 1-3? Let's take a look at how Murray has performed in the game so far. I heard on a thing earlier that Rich Eisen said give Murray 1 month, and if he doesn't do well, then switch to the kid. So let's see how Kyler Murray has done. Passer rating of 118.4, 238 yards, 2 touchdowns, got sacked 5 times, 22 of 30. That was in week 1 in the loss to the Falcons at home. Week 2 on the road at the Giants. That was a loss. How did he do? 18 of 20. Got sacked twice. 192 yards. 2 touchdowns. Got outplayed by Jackson Dart. Alright, let's look at the Panthers. The 1 week we got a win. 17 of 26. 1 touchdown, 209 yards. Lowest percentage completion percentage of the season. I don't think he's played bad so far. Let's look at the Lions game. Oh wow, so okay, that game was really bad. 8 for 21, 38%, 92 yards, 3 sacks. Wow. That's bad. That's bad. I don't think we bench him yet. Let's give him these 2 more games before the bye week, and we'll see how he's playing. Let's jump into the storyline for Turn It Around. Alright, players ready to negotiate. Alright, we got Sunahara for 2 more years. All right, let's sim and see if we can get a win in Week 5 at home against the Saints. We did. So we got a win, our second win of the season, 23-21 at home against the Saints. What do we got in mock draft 1? Where do they have us picking and who they have us picking? They have us going for Dante Moore at pick 5 right now. All right, no more contract negotiations to be had. Let's get through this week to the bye week. All right, week 6 at home against the Bills before our bye week. Let's see how Kyler Murray does. And we beat the Bills at home 34-17, but we've got a new injury. And Kyler Murray gets injured going into the bye week. Alrighty then. Well, I guess that makes the decision for us. Coming out of the bye week, J.J. McCarthy will be the starter. And then we'll see what happens when Kyler Murray comes back from injury. We'll do the training here in just a second. Let's check the depth chart, make sure it puts JJ. Alright, yep, so JJ McCarthy's going to be the starter. Kyler Murray is injured. Alright, let's upgrade players. Jadarian Price gets 2 upgrades. Alright, 78 overall. Jayshawn Barham's going to get 2 upgrades. He'll probably have to... He's got 1 more year to understudy with Van Ginkel and then look at being the starter. Josh Moten's going to get 2. Alright, Justin Jefferson's going to get an upgrade. Jordan Addison's going to get an upgrade. Dallas Turner gets 1. Ivan Pace is going to get 1. Donovan Jackson gets 1. 81 overall now. Dylan Thieneman is going to get 1 here. Tyrese Knight will get 1. Ty Felton's going to get an upgrade. Big Citrus with an upgrade here. Natan Moody, the 1-year rental player. Tanner Koziel is going to get an upgrade. Alex Palzewski. Brendan Thompson's going to get one. Jay Ward with an upgrade. Our guy, Max Bredesen, with an upgrade. Miles Price. What do they call him? Like Buckethead or something? What's his nickname? Buckethead? Or Jughead or something? Jarhead? One of those. In fact, I'm going to Google it because now I can't remember and it's bugging me. Now it's bugging me because I know I can't remember, but I know it's something. What was Kevin O'Connell nickname for Miles Price? Jug. That's what they called him, Jug. Because according to Matt Daniels, his head looks like a jug. Saguna Luby is going to get an upgrade. One second, guys. I just got to do something real quick. Let's see. Just one second. I'm just sending this to the Discord. All right. Well, let's go film room prep.
Film rooms are the forum where strategies are discussed and victories are born. Each person there has a voice and a chance to step forward with what they believe is the key to this week's game.
I like that game plan. Christian Darisaw said he's going to be cooking some pancakes like it's IHOP. All right, we got scouting, national focus, and I think our biggest position of need this year. Let's see. It's probably cornerback. Let's see. We got Big Citrus. We got Jayshon Barham. Probably linebacker too. Offensive line would be good. Will Fries is getting up there. Brian O'Neill's getting up there, so O line would be good. Tight end. But this draft is very heavy on corner and wide receivers. So we got Jadarian Price. So I think we're going to go corner as our primary position. All right, and do I want to spend on any? Yeah, we can upgrade all Madden effort. And then let's unlock some of these locked play sheets that are really good. Deep freeze is a good one. Hit them at the line is good. Old school football's good. There we go. All right, we have to reapply after school tutor and head of the class here. I wish they would let us set like our like let me be able to set hit them at the line and deep freeze as my like default playlist. Let me be able to set old school football play sheet and wide slots as my default so that it stays on those unless I change them. Like let me set my preferred loadout week to week instead of having to do it every single week. Same with the abilities. All right, and let's see if JJ can get a win against the Jets. And we lost to the the Bears. And we lost to the Bears 35-21. Let's go to the film room. Tough loss today. The offense seemed off. What went wrong out there? It was a poor performance. We all saw it. Not much else to it. Simple. All right, let's yep, so we can go ahead and sim forward. All right. Week 9 at the Jets. And we beat the Jets 38-17. All right. How many more weeks is Kyler Murray injured? He's out. Okay, so it's week to week. So he's out this week. Let's advance, see if we can get a win at home against the Rams. We lost to the Rams 13-6. Let's see, is he still injured? He's not. Okay. So, we got to make a decision here. So do we put JJ back on the bench and put Kyler back to start? Or do we keep JJ in based on how he performed? Yeah, this is a little bit of a tough one. Let's see. So all right. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. So let's see. Let's look at JJ's stats here. So against the Bears, he was 172 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 3 sacks. Let's see. Against the Jets, he was 16 of 23, 204 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, no sacks. And then the Rams, where we lost 6-13, he was 5 of 13, 1 touchdown, 99 yards, no interceptions. Yeah, I don't know. I'm torn because I'm a JJ fan. Anybody's in the chat, let me know what you think. I'm a huge JJ fan. I want to start JJ. Like I've said the whole time, I think Kyler is a bad choice. Um, it's a bad signing for the team. Not that I hate Kyler, but just I just don't think it makes sense for the team. They're both 82 overall. I mean, Kyler's obviously the better runner, but I think JJ's the better passer. I think I'm going to rock with JJ for 3 more games and then compare them. Let's do that. Let's rock with JJ for 3 more games and then we'll compare 6 games to 6 games. All right, so let's see. Mock draft 2, they have us picking number 17, going with Trevor Gooseby out of Texas. So yeah, we'll keep JJ McCarthy in for 3 games. That way, both players will have played 6 games, and then we can do a side-by-side comparison through 6 games for both of them, for both of their stats, and we'll make a decision then. So Kyler got hurt, JJ stepped up. We're not going to take JJ out of the position yet. We gave Kyler 2 more games after he had his bad game, so we're going to do the same thing here. All right, so at home against the Dolphins. And we beat the Dolphins 35-7. We got weekly award. JJ McCarthy got player of the week. All right, now we go on the road to take on the Patriots. Let's do this one. And we lost to the Patriots 34-17. So we're currently 5-6. Let's go film room prep storyline. Critical game this week. What are you seeing in the film? Defensive line looks like a weak point. I like that. Alright, we've already seen this though, so we're just going to skip through this. Darisaw is going to talk about stacking up pancakes. Let's do our focus players. Alright, so if we're looking around the 15 spot, so alright, I mean we're not going to be picking high enough to get Jeremiah Smith, Ellis Robinson, or Leonard Moore. Jordan Seaton, Trevor Gooseby, maybe. I mean, they had Gooseby falling to us. I do like me some Cam Coleman, though. Let's scout Gooseby, Coleman, and Kelly Jones, maybe? Is he the highest corner? Oh, you know what? There's my guy, Coy Parrish. I know I just signed Thieneman. Could I get Parrish too? Parrish and Thieneman at safety? Oh wait, we gotta reapply the after-school tutor and head of the class. Alright, this will be JJ's 6th game, and we'll get a good reading on a side-by-side comparison with them. Alright, and we beat the Bears 21-9. Now let's take a look at our season stats where both QBs had 6 games, and we can do an accurate comparison. Accurate comparison here. I'm going to post this in Raps Discord and see what people think. Did it not save it? I mean, you look at side-by-side comparison. J.J. McCarthy had, after 6 games each, J.J. McCarthy had 1,258 yards to Kyler's 1,021. I guess I should maybe look at rushing yards too. But JJ was 121 of 188, Kyler 88 of 139. JJ 15 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, Kyler 7 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 64 to 63 completion percentage, 104.8 to 113.4 yards per game, 99.1 to 102.2 passer rating, and both players got sacked 15 times. I mean, it's really close. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Murray has more rushing stats on 3 more attempts. JJ has 1 more rushing touchdown. I mean, listen, I'm a JJ fan. I feel like it should be JJ, but I'm putting it to the Vikings Discord I'm in and getting their opinion. Oh man. Let's do the film room prep. Alright, so we got that win against the Bears. I think I'm gonna rock with JJ. That's what the Discord's saying, so I'm gonna keep JJ in the seat. Kyler went down, he stepped in, played just as good, so stick with the kid. Let's go ahead and upgrade for the last third of the season. So Felton's gonna get 3. Josh Moten will get 3. Jay Sean Barham's gonna get 2. Big Citrus is gonna get 2. Will the Thrill's gonna get 1 point. Let's put that in accuracy. Josh Metellus, I gotta have him go hybrid, man. I know we want him to be zone for the scheme fit, but like, bro does everything, and he got a new ability slot. Donovan Jackson got a point. JJ McCarthy getting a skill up. Dylan Thieneman getting a skill up here. Will Fry's getting 1. Jadarian Price moving up. Aziz Ojulari getting 1. Jacorian Bennett. Jack Gibbons getting a point. Tanner Koziel. He's going to have to step up next year in Hawkinson's place. LDR getting a skill up. Jay Ward getting 1. Max Bredesen. Big Max. Eli Heidenreich. Anyone else remember the wrestler from WWE in the early 2000s? Heidenreich. Heidenreich. Anyone else remember him? Logan Jones getting a skill up. He's got to get better. I really want him to take over for Blake Brendel. Malik Benson with a skill up. Now he's a scheme fit. And Walter Rouse with a much needed skill up. All right, let's advance the week on the road at the Indianapolis Colts. And we beat the Colts 10-7. All right, now we're at home hosting the Green Bay Packers. Can JJ get a third win in a row for the first time this season for the Vikings? No, we lost to the Green Bay Packers 27-21. All right, let's advance. On the road at the Buccaneers, can we get our 8th win and move beyond 500? No, we lost to the Buccaneers 17-3 and are now 7-8 on the season. Film room prep. Very balanced team, nothing jumping out so far. Let's force their QB into mistakes. The Eneman's going to step up. He's going to go hunting for big plays. There we go. All right, let's see it at home against the Lions. And we beat the Lions 24-17 to move back to 500. We've got one more game to get above 500. Film room prep. All right, final game of the season. All right, can we get a final win on the road at Lambeau Field to get to a winning record this season? No, we lost at home or on the road at Lambeau 21-18, and we have missed the playoffs. All right, guys, I'm going to call this episode there. We'll pick up in the next episode, moving into the off season for 2027. Appreciate everyone rocking with me. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment on the video, hit the notification bell. Follow me everywhere at Kinetic615 on social media. Check out the GoFundMe link at the top of the X profile. It's pinned there. It's also in the YouTube bio. Feel free to hit me up on X. Shoot me a message. As long as you're respectful, I'll try to get back to you. As always, guys, until next time, for me, it's Skull Vikes and Go Blue.